Well, we've had some turmoil in the real estate industry in the last 2 or 3 months. I guess the same as in many other asset classes. Now, a lot of investors are taking a wait and see attitude to see what's going to happen. We've had interest rates come up, and a lot of my clients are cash, so the interest rates doesn't matter too much. That's actually been kind of a boom because we've seen lots of inventory coming to market, so we have a lot more choices. And you know what's happening is a lot of first-time home buyers have come out of the market, and we're getting better pricing. We don't have as much competition, so it's actually been fairly good for us. Everybody needs a place to live, so rents have remained steady and actually are still trending higher. And that's here in Metro Phoenix. Now, across the country, I'm going to expect that we're going to have some turmoil in some markets, in particular places like Chicago, Madison, Wisconsin, New Jersey, New York, where population is actually leaving. You're going to have some problems with your real estate's probably going to decrease a little bit. I don't know so much here in Phoenix. Let me go to my very first slide because here's what I want to talk about. If you're performing an IRC 1031 exchange, and of course, we as investors, we don't sell properties, we trade them. And if you do an IRC 1031 exchange, say you're leaving New York or New Jersey or Michigan or lots of people coming out of California, you can do that IRC 1031 exchange anywhere in the country. So why not come to the number one market where growth is just phenomenal and get your replacement properties? Now we're really good at this, so this is kind of a mercenary for us. We do this on a day-by-day basis, and we do a lot of consultation. But don't take the tax hit, because the tax hit is going to be very, very significant. You have 20% capital gains, you got 25% recapture. Then you got to pay all those you got to pay state tax. If you're coming out of like California, New Jersey, New York, you got a pretty significant state tax that you're going to get hit. And don't forget Obama tax that we're going to pay. So it's probably 35 to 45. Some of these California investors, they're paying way over that. So we don't want you to take that hit. I don't see the economy and the real estate taking that much of a discount. And anyway, we're really long-term investors. You're welcome to reach me. Also, by the way, at this point, I do videos. So if you're getting any value out of these videos, please hit the subscribe button and please leave us comments and give me a thumbs up. That would really help. Let me go to my very first slide. We're going to talk about the 1031 because this is kind of my introductory slide. Let me go to that and we'll take a look at that. Make sure I have it here. So if you're performing a 1031 exchange, as I've talked before, you can go anywhere in the United States. So, there's I don't think you can go to Puerto Rico or Guam, but certainly anywhere in the 48 states. And let's get you in front of some really long-term growth because Phoenix is booming. Let me go to my very next slide. Now, we just got this. So this is a decade population change. Maricopa County, of all the places in the United States, Maricopa County, which is home to Scottsdale, it's home to Peoria, it's home to Phoenix, of course, Chandler, where Intel is at, Gilbert, which is the #1 zip code in America, and of course in Surprise, where the F-16s, which are now the F-35 base, are located. So we've had the #1 population growth in the United States is Maricopa County. It's 753,000 in the last decade. Now Dallas has done better, but that's 4 counties put together. This is just 1 county in Maricopa County. So between Texas and Arizona, these are really good places for you to consider putting your money. Let me show you what's going on here in Maricopa County, and you can make your decisions as what you want to do. Now, I'm going to tell you that we've been notified as Phoenix Metro is one of the best cities in the entire country for young professionals. So if you're a young tech or a young skilled worker, skilled manufacturer, you can come here, meet your spouse, make a lot of money, have a great time because the sun shines here 330 days out of the year. You can hike, you can bike, you can play golf almost every day of the year. You can play tennis, play pickleball. And now we're being called the new Silicon Valley. This is pretty awesome for us. I mean, we have got people, we're right next door to California. People are leaving California in droves. And of course, Silicon Valley. You've all heard all the horror stories come out of Silicon Valley where you have to make $350,000 just to get by. People are living in RVs and on the street because they can't afford a place to live. Well, if you're a startup company, how are you going to start up in a place like that where you have to pay, millions and millions and millions of dollars to labor just to start up? Not going to happen. So they're coming here right next door to Phoenix, Arizona. Of course, we've got tremendous depth of education with ASU, Governor State University. We have a lot of high-tech universities here. So they just have a dearth of new people coming here. It's just a great place for you to open up business. Let me go to my next slide. We'll tell you what's going on here so you can take a look at this. This is who's coming. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of big companies coming here because it's great to do business in Phoenix, Arizona, and Scottsdale. Nationwide just opened up in Scottsdale. They're bringing in their national headquarters. And speaking of Scottsdale, we have Mayo Clinic. So the Mayo Clinic is really big, has been very big in Scottsdale, Arizona. But a lot of people don't know that they built their hospital here. So the Mayo Clinic Hospital is at 56th Street and the 101 here in Phoenix, Arizona. And ASU is building their biotech right next door. They're going to partner with Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic has now become a teaching hospital. It's attracting all kinds of bio and medical developers that are coming here. So just an enormous amount of vibrancy here. And of course, one feeds on the next. And you see that Arizona is a right-to-work state. We love business. We want to attract business. Scottsdale's looking for people. Phoenix looking for people. Maricopa County wants you to come here. They're a low-tax state and low regulations. They want you to come here. It's easy for your people to find good places to live. We have great schools, low crime. Sun shines 330 days out of the year. You can go skiing in 2 hours from here. And people think we're in the desert. Well, gosh, we got skiing just in the we're right at the base of the Rocky Mountains. So it's a great place. Let me go to my next slide and let's take a look at that. And let's talk about that. Now, Sendoza just came. We just recently announced that they're bringing 1,000 jobs from San Francisco to Phoenix, Arizona, right into the middle of the city here at 44th Street, Camelback. 1,000 high-paying jobs coming here because it's cheaper to do business here. You get a really good class of people that work here. And this is for you, if you're a 1031 exchange, this is the type of environment that you want, is someplace that you're vibrant, that's got lots of business going on, and is just continuing to do business. That's what we are. So if you're an investor, we want to get that consistent cash flow coming in. You want to make sure that your investment is very secure. That we're long-term investors. We're not stock investors where we push a button and our portfolio goes to cash. We're not. We're long-term investors. That's why we make a really good buck. We get a very good return. Real estate has been excellent for us. And of course, we're not speculators. We're investors. We want a return on our money. And our cap rates have just been wonderful here. I know we've got some turmoil in the world. A lot of markets are starting to feel it. We're not. We actually have a shortage of homes, so you can come here, take your 1031 money here, bring it here, and we'll find replacement properties that you're going to get an immediate cash flow towards because our vacancy factor is next to nothing. We got tons of property managers that will represent you. I represent investors on a day-by-day basis. I have a terrific team. So let us know. Let me go to my next slide. Let's just talk about what's going on here and why you should come here. You should all come here. Come play golf. Look at what's going on. So this is what's going on in Tempe, Mesa, Gilbert. They're attracting lots and lots of Silicon Valley companies: DoorDash, Open Door, Norton, LifeLock, Apple, GoDaddy. We've got Boeing is here, and a lot of development for aerospace. We have a lot of that. PayPal, Honeywell, GM's Industrial Center, and not to be outdone, Intel, which has always had a very big presence here in Chandler, Arizona, and Maricopa County. They have 2 additional chip plants under construction. And of course, Intel is a very, very high paying company, and they attract lots of engineers to come to their facility. Now, they've got a big campus here for a chip manufacturing campus. They're adding to that, and it's just going to be phenomenal. But look what else is going on here. In the Northwest Valley, Taiwan Semiconductor is building eight chip plants. Huge, huge facility, and they are going to employ thousands of people, high-paying jobs, thousands of them. Now, this is right off the expressway. Remember, here in Phoenix, we've just completed a lot of our freeways, and it's opening up lots and lots of area. Now, you can bring your staff here. If you're a company, you can bring your staff here, and you're going to find that they get a very affordable place to live in great neighborhoods. Literally, you can buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet for right around $400,000 in a really, really fine neighborhood, close to transportation, good schools, low crime, and you don't have to be making $300,000 to do that, like it is in Silicon Valley. Your people can make a reasonable amount of money and have a really nice life. And you're going to attract a better class of people. They'll actually want to come to work. They're not going to want to work remote. They're going to want to come into the office because they're going to live close by. Let me go to my next slide and let's just talk about that. Now, we have so many things that are going on here. Luke Air Force Base, of course, was the F-16 training facility, and now they're home to the F-35 Air Wing. This is where the training is done, and it has brought billions and billions and billions of dollars to Glendale, Arizona. Not only do they bring in 2,500 to 5,000 families, Air Force families, but this is a high-tech aircraft. They're bringing in all the support facilities. So everyone that's supporting has got a facility here. So they're bringing in their own workshops, and they're bringing in their own plants to support the F-35 because it's a high-tech vehicle. And it just adds to what's going on here. So you have more people, more high tech, and these are great, great jobs. This isn't $15 an hour jobs. These guys are getting paid really well, and they're high paid tech and high paid manufacturing, skilled manufacturing jobs that are coming here. And for you as an investor, do you want to go to a place that's going backwards? If you sell in New York, do you want to stay in New York? Why don't you want to move to a place that is just the growth is off the charts and there's a huge demand and it looks like it's a decades-long demand to come here? This is a fabulous place for you to put your money. Let me go to my more charts because there is more going on here. We can go on and on and on. I don't mean to do that, but there's just so much. Look what else is going on. Now, much has been said about how hard it is to do business in California. They are regulated up the wazoo. And we now have BNSF Railway has just been awarded the contract for 3,500 acres in northwest of Surprise. Again, this is not very far from a chip manufacturing company where they're going to put in a multi-billion-dollar intermodal manufacturing and distribution center. So all these plants are going to be, all these ships are going to be offloading in California, and they're going to be distributing from Maricopa County, from Phoenix, Arizona, because it's so much cheaper to do that here. And we've got great freeways. We've got great distributions. So if you're going to truck from somewhere, why wouldn't you want to truck from Phoenix, Arizona? And this is just what's going to go on. We've got 3,500 acres. This is going to be huge. We're bringing in rail spurs. There's going to be truck lines, and it's just northwest of the Taiwan plant. And it's going to bring in tons and tons of more workers, more housing, more retail shops, more of everything. It's a great place to invest. If you've got money, say you've got $1 million or $2 million, you need a place for $3 or $10 million. Maybe you sold an apartment complex. Can bring it here. We'll get that place for you. We're really good. We know exactly what you're looking for. We've done this many, many times. We're going to help you all we can. We have a full team here. So we can tell you exactly what we think these things are going to release for. We're going to tell you exactly what we find in the properties. We have a buy protocol. It's done very, very well. You're welcome to ask for referrals from us because we have very, very happy investors. We've been doing this for a very long time. And you are not just like a transaction to us. We want to do business with you for 10 or 15 or 20 years. I'm on my second generation. I'm almost starting my third generation on some of my investors, and I got grandpa and his son, now starting to get the grandsons. And it's heartwarming, but that's the type of business we do. We want to do business with you for a very, very long time. And I'm going to try and wrap this up here a little bit. Let me get my last few slides here and we'll just go over this. So we have high paying tech and skilled manufacturing jobs. If you're going to put your money somewhere where that future is bright and that future is secure. We have so many plans coming here. This is going to be a great place for you to invest. And I'm going to leave you with this. So we're long-term investors and we have a period of turmoil coming to us. You've got choices where you're going to put your money. Let me tell you that in rentals, in residential rentals, they're very, very conservative. Now, I've gone to the Federal Reserve electronic data and looked at the 70 years of rising rent. Look at this. You can just see it since before I was born. That's a long time ago. Rent has continued to go up and up and up and up. And right here is that little blip. And let me go to this slide because I'm going to let you look at that little blip because this is it here. So the worst downturn since the Great Depression. So terrible, terrible. I mean, I went through this. It was one of the worst times to be buying real estate there ever. Well, it's a great time to be buying real estate. It was a terrible time to be a speculator is really what that was. And right here, look at this. June 9th, June of 2009, just leveled off. It didn't really go down. It just leveled off. And then once we came through the four years of problems, well, actually it wasn't even four, it was a couple of years of turmoil, rents started going back up again. Now, this does a couple things for you. It gives you inflation protection. And if you get to be my age or you're thinking you're going to be retiring anytime soon or even within the next 10 years, you need to be concerned about protecting your purchasing power. Now, I've been preaching this for the last 5 or 6 years. And in the last 6 or 9 months, people are really, really paying attention to the fact that, yes, we can have some inflation. And you can watch that gasoline go up crazy. And you can go to the grocery store and say, holy moly. But if you've got rentals, they track inflation. And of course, they give you a very, very good income. You get a very nice return on these things. Because once you're in a growth market like here in Maricopa County, our rents have continued to go up. Now they may level off, maybe even went down a scotch, but they're not going to crash. So your income is in a really, really good place. You can put your capital here, and we will take care of it. We'll help you any way we possibly can. I'll go to the last slide, I promise. And if you need me, you can call me. Now, I'm with West USA. It's a $5.5 billion firm. You should feel very, very comfortable with them. They do our back office. They do our compliance. They keep us out of trouble. But we know what we're doing. We've done this before many, many times. You're welcome to call me at my corporate office or reach me at my email at michael@michaeldouville.com. My very, very best to you.